today. Just going to go over stuff that basically bugs me. That it seems to me that this world's time and media and the air of how it basically correlates, right? It just seems to go around the houses. And I don't know if you find this, I find this. And it's all a distraction and short-sightedness. So it's double. It's a bit of distraction on purpose, and it's a short-sightedness of other folk in their belief to the system of this world's monetary, legal, governmental order. Right, these three subterranean dynasties of industries that basically are our problem at times. So what they always go on about, you'll find his argument is, you'll find that people are always talking about, in the arguing of things, about things should be nationalised, and then other people argue no, should be privatised. Right? Either or, it doesn't make no difference. These are just words. There's always going to be some corrupt people sitting on the boards that are going to take too much money and nothing ever gets done. Right? Whether that's any of the main, key working industries, from transport, education, hospital, agriculture, environment, whatever it is, that it seems to come through. It will always be that, they're always going to argue nationalisation, privatisation. It makes no difference. Either way, there's always going to be, as I say, corrupt people on the board, and nothing's ever going to reach because they're taking too much of a cut of what they're doing in the monetary system. Another thing you don't need to look for a new political system when you look at the subtle intelligence of everything, and you realise that 15 million people in this country have cut the day short since 2001 of non-voters. That's a million and a half more than the Conservative is, or Labour, usually Conservative, and has been since 2001. And it was 17 million in 2005. I know I said it's in other vlogs, so I'm saying it again. But it needs to be said, and you've got to realise that's the subtle intellect of what our time is, and not being a gross materialist and being duped by a gross materialistic system, this world's order. The subtle intelligence is, you as a registered householder voter, basically, in your ballot paper is all you need to do. You don't need to create another party, a new party, when you're already against up basically this Conservative, which has already been beaten, as I say, since 2001. The subtle intelligence is not to vote on voting day with your ballot paper and stick it straight in the bin, and that way you just severed the creeper of the system on your own part, and that's all you need to do it. It's as simple as that, and the resolution taking it further, once you get to stop voting, is when one day they do hand over to us, whether that's next general election, probably not, because you know what they're like, whether it's 3 general elections, whether it's 2 general, whether it's 5 general elections, whenever it's 6 general elections, whenever it is that happens, when the quote popular people rise so high in the numbers, from 15 million. No, we shouldn't have to. There ends up being 17 million again this time. That time it might break them. It might be 80, it might be 90 million, it might be 20 million. They won't take it to 24 million because by the time there's so many people, there's another 9 million people on top. People are going to get more verbal, like I am at the moment, through the media and everywhere else. And it won't get that far, but I think within this next, anything from another 2 million people to another 3-4 million people will probably crack the system. Who knows? I mean, I'm not an insider to know the quota of populace. I'm not working for politics. I'm not in House or Law to know the inner details of what they know. So if any people out there are getting close to these people that get to hear this vlog, and you know the answer, or get to question these people, ask them what is the quota of populace that breaks you that in general elections. I love to know, and then put it back out for people to know about and spread the word, so we have the subtle hint of what the target is to beat them. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all we've got in lawful rebellion, right? That's all we've got in there. This public deception over us, which is called democracy, like something fourth estate religion that people hold up to being so civilised. It's not. It's just fascist tyranny, right? Really, because we've beaten you in your own game. So how come you didn't hand over to 15 million people, like in America, in the very first day of general elections of their politics? They was beaten straight away from day one. The independent thinker out there has always been the biggest third of the three parties, being Republican, Democrat, and the Independent. The Independent's always been bigger, and yet they still haven't handed over. So you can see the problem we got here, that we have won. The days have been cut short in these countries and other countries, I suppose. And it's about us basically continue to rise to the point that they break, and they hand over to us. And the movements will be from that moment onwards. Step 1, from not voting, then of their fortification you go step 2, you start to become neutral in your countries. And then you go non-monetary, clearing all the debts, consolidating all housing, all hospitalisation, and all relevant duties of industry worth keeping now in the non-monetary free world, and you put them all into the first estate or the critical administration. Step 4, then this is where it gets interesting. You go within human resources and you start to put the work smart timeshare template of 30 weeks between 4 people in it, where they're just key working jobs, giving everyone 39 weeks. Now if you've got a career in the human resources of your industry, like key working career being a nurse, doctor, fireman, etc., you know what a key working career is. You know, you don't mind doing 26 weeks to 39 weeks. Surely you still have to have a 13-week soft day, because if this is your career, dharma, that's what you like to do for free. You know. And then step 5, to criminalise all drugs, and have more rehab stations and more 24-hour priories, so then people can strengthen their mental batter, basically in civvy streets, to say no, basically when they want to stay sober and amongst the world. That's so easy to have drugs now, is all decriminalised, just as much as easy to have it now monetarily. So you know, and then from there on, all the industries know in themselves what need to improve anyway. Now money's no object, things will actually be improved, and all the false promises that politicians make will actually get done, because people will be up to work in 13 weeks but not giving their life away for 48 weeks in mundane duties. Right? That's why they can never deliver what they do right now, because they're taking too much of people's time away from them, and people don't want to do these things and they're just jobs to them, you see. And the payment's not well enough in a monetary system, and even as it was, it's a case of, do I really want to be doing this full time anyway for 48 weeks when I don't even get to spend this money that you're giving me? You see what I mean? I only get a 4-week holiday. See, this is the original compromise, the original way. This is critical thinking. You see, the timeshare, the duties, which is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. It's the Bhaktic sense between one another. This is how we basically move and sort of like serve each other, you know, in a day-to-day of daily provision. That's it really for today. But yes, just another little quick vlog, and have a nice day. See you later.